Hello and welcome to the Partnership Lab. I'm Coach Phil Clair, and thank you for investing in yourself to get to a point where you can close really impactful partnerships using a repeated system that allows you to grow and understand how to make your business more resilient. This first lesson is designed to help you understand what we're going to cover throughout the course. There are 9 lessons that will be able to be done in your own time, and they'll all be accompanied by a workbook and, in most cases, a custom GPT, which is a little module inside ChatGPT to help dramatically accelerate the way that you learn and make good use of this course. Inside this course, it is really all about 5 things. It's about building partnerships that drive true, meaningful, and measurable success. We're looking at streamlining partnership processes that can be used by you and your team. We're also looking at how we can pitch and close deals with confidence and having the infrastructure behind you so that this can be something you don't just do once, but you do it multiple times. We're also going to be looking at how we secure the all-important first win. And the first win is that milestone, which helps you demonstrate that the risk that that partner took on you was very worthwhile. It helps build credibility and helps you build momentum. And finally, we're going to understand how is it that we create a scalable partnership system so that this is not just a one-off for you and your team. Throughout our time in the Partnership Lab, we're going to spend effort understanding and putting into practice the partnership operating system. It has 4 component parts. The first one is a partnership development program. This is where you're able to attract new potential partners and also have a way of reaching out to new partners that you would love to engage with. We talk about then how we formulate all of those different partners into an ideal partner profile so that it is perfect for your business. Then we work into how we grow with those partners and then spend time reviewing partnerships because every partner has its right time. And in some cases, partnerships are not at the right time for your organization, in which case we need to find a way to very respectfully wind them up. But also we want to be able to review partnerships mid-partnership so that we can understand if we're running to the right cadence and intent between both partners. My promise to you throughout this program is this: to close 6-figure partnerships within 60 days. And you might have come into this program with partnerships already in hand. They might be running in your business right now. They might be doing great. In most cases, they're probably not doing as well as you would like them to be going. And in some cases, you'll come with a view that you'd like to build more partnerships in that 6-figure range. Now, if you're looking for partnerships that are smaller or larger than that, then all the principles, all the tools we talk about here are exactly what you need to execute on those partnership ambitions. But for this program in the Partnership Lab, we're talking about closing 6-figure partnerships within 60 days. And so a little bit about me. I'm a serial entrepreneur and a former startup CEO. I have built and invested in 8 companies, and each of those companies has a very unique growth story. But the common thread is that partnerships were the thing that made them grow. They were not just in the context of growing through distribution partnerships to find new customers. They were also used extensively to secure supply chains with supply partners and to do product developments with really innovative organizations. Most of those organizations were much larger than the startups that we were building. All the systems, the processes, we're about to go through those right now. And today, I spend my time with people like you, building out the system inside their organization so they can close high-value partnerships. So I work with leaders in organizations right around the world and right across a vast number of industries, and I love it. The main point of feedback I receive is that I make the approach to partnerships compelling and very practical. I'm here to help you build a system that you can take into your organization and use time and time and time again. And I'm looking forward to learning more about your specific context so that we can tweak and hone all the materials that you're going to see inside this program to get the outcome that you need for your organization. So let's just talk quickly about the approach and expectations. First of all, here's what I believe. I believe in 50% principles and 50% instructions. This is not about giving you a playbook and telling you will work 100% of the time, because context matters. I believe in practicality, and I deeply believe in you being able to replicate success quickly. This is not about me saying you might achieve these outcomes. This is about saying I will work with you so you get those outcomes. I don't believe in 100% principles because there are some rules that do need to be followed to make sure that over time you get the value you need out of your strategic partnerships. And this is not about concept only learning. We're going to talk about case studies and I'll give you my lived experience so that you can run faster. And I'm certainly not here to hope that you'll be successful. I'm here to make sure that you are successful. One last comment, and you may have heard this before. If you don't watch all of this course, if you don't put in the work, none of this matters. So please do the work. In each of our group coaching calls, you can ask questions. You can get insight from me and other students. Let's show up so that we can get great outcomes. It involves getting the time to do the work. And just so that you know, this program was designed so for people like you, people who are busy, people who have got a lot of things to think about. Throughout this program, dedicate 2 hours a week, 1 hour to doing the coursework and the other one to showing up to the group coaching calls. It'll help you get the best out of this program. So, how does the program work? Let's quickly get through this so we can get into the great content that follows. Number one, there are 3 parts, and in each of those parts, there are 3 lessons. They're short and action oriented. And as part of this, there is a partnership blueprint. This is the resource. It's a Google Doc that you can take a copy of and share it with your team that contains everything from the custom GPTs that we've built, these little modules that help you accelerate your progress through the course, right through to action steps that you need to take in order to build out your partnership development program. That's the one resource that you can find everything in, just so you've got one place to go. Now, in terms of best practices, like I said before, set aside 1 hour blocks to complete this work, ideally 2 hours a week. Go through each lesson and use the resources tied to each of the lessons, attend the group coaching calls, and make the changes in your businesses so you can test and learn and understand what is working given the context and stage of your organization. All right, so in a bit of detail, here's the curriculum. Number one, we start with the foundation. We're going to talk about what it actually means practically to operate and build successful partnerships. We'll do some myth busting there. Lesson 2, in part 1, we are going to work through a day 1 diagnostic. Where are you at right now so that we can set that as the baseline and build from there. Then we'll move into clarifying value exchange, which is really talking about what is the value you've got to offer and what are you looking for so that we can have a very clear set of conversations with potential partners. In part 2, we'll move into building your operating system, which involves how you go about identifying ideal partners. And that word ideal is very specific, and you'll find out why shortly. Then we'll move into designing your partnership development program. And then we get into the fun stuff, which is the pitching and the closing and the onboarding of new partners. Then we'll move into part 3, which is all about taking what you've learned to date and making it very reusable so you can develop really excellent results that compound over time. We'll talk about landing your first win, why it's important, how to do it, and what are some examples of those first wins. We'll then talk about how we scale partnerships, not just scaling a partnership, but how you go about scaling a range of partnerships to grow your organization. And then finally, we'll talk about how we go about winding up partnerships with dignity, because there's a really good chance if you do it well, you'll end up working with those same people again. Okay, so how do you get fast results in this program? Well, number one, you have access to the partnership blueprint. We mentioned that before. It's a Google Doc that contains all of the activities and all of the steps that you should take through each lesson to get the results that you deserve. Then we have our practical tools, and these are scorecards and templates typically built in the Google Suite. So there'll be Google Sheets and Google Docs that you can make copies of and then use them inside your organizations. And finally, you'll have access to our time-saving GPTs. These are modules that we've built inside ChatGPT to help you dramatically accelerate the progress you can make inside the program. This will help you generate the language and the tools and the documents you need to then go out and pitch and close and start growing with your new partners. All right, so we're about to move into part 1. Thank you for being here. I'm thrilled you're part of our program. And when you're ready, click next and we'll dive straight into part 1, Foundation Myth-Busting Partnerships.